So today we're in Louisville, Colorado, visiting a local blacksmith whose artistry has captured national attention. From handcrafted Damascus knives to being the youngest contestant to ever win Forged in Fire on the History Channel, you're in for a treat today. So the Slacksmith is redefining modern blacksmithing. So let's go take a look and see what he's doing in his studio. So I'm here with Jayden Simisky, who is a blacksmith that specializes in blade making here in Louisville, Colorado. So Jayden, tell me how you got into such an art that's so old and so unusual for such a young man.
Well, when I was 10 years old, I got gifted a welding class from my parents for Christmas. I always was interested in making things and working with my hands, and so over the years, as I taught myself how to weld and how to kind of work with metal and fabricate things, I ended up following the kind of blacksmithing path and seeing where that would lead me, and eventually it turned into knife making, and that's what I do today.
All right, so now I know your business is called the Slacksmith. How'd that come about?
So my two big passions in life so far have been blacksmithing and metalworking and art, and also slacklining and the outdoors. And if you don't know what slacklining is, it's similar to tightrope walking, but we do it way up in the mountain, way up in canyons and kind of over ravines and cliffs and stuff like that. So slacklining and blacksmithing became the Slacksmith.
So do you have any current projects that you can show to us?
Yeah, I'm actually in the process of forging a knife right now. If you want to come inside, I'll show you.
Yeah, let's go take a look. So Jayden, tell us what you're about to do.
So today I'm going to make a Damascus steel kitchen knife. So I'm going to take this bar of Damascus steel that I forged out the other day. I'm going to cut off a couple inches of it here. And I'm going to use the power hammer and the hand hammer in my forge to shape it into a kitchen knife shape and kind of take you guys along.
All right, well, let's see this. So Jayden, after watching you do a couple of knives, what kinds of metals are you working with?
So I'm working with various types of high carbon and stainless steels. So a lot of the Damascus that I make is made out of 1095 and 15N20, which are two high carbon steels. And I just layer those up in alternating layers, which gives that kind of wood grain texture that you get in the Damascus steel. I also use stainless steels. I use more exotic metals like titanium, molybdenum, and zirconium in here sometimes.
Wow.
And occasionally I even work with gold and silver.
Wow, it's pretty impressive. Looks like it's my turn to give this a try. Let's see how this turns out. Am I just doing the tip?
So we've got a bar of steel in the fire for you already. You're just gonna work the last couple inches here, and you're just gonna try and bring it to a point. And what you're gonna do, so you're gonna take it on the anvil here, you're gonna take your hammer with a slight angle, and you're gonna hit it maybe 2 or 3 times, and then you're gonna turn it 90 degrees, and you're gonna hit it 2 or 3 times again, and then you're gonna go back to the first side, and you're just gonna alternate for as long as it's hot, and it'll kind of squeeze like clay out into a little point.
Oh boy. All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Oh boy. It's heavy.
All right, so set the steel up here on the anvil, grab your hammer in your right hand, choke up a little bit on the hammer, there you go. Now bring the steel to the center of the anvil here, not the wide part, yep. And now you can start hitting it right on the tip. Beautiful. Now I want you to stop, turn it 90 degrees, and keep going.
This hammer is heavy.
It's my lightest hammer.
I can't
Turn
even
it
reach
again.
it or hit it. Wait, there's a lot of precision in this.
Yeah. All right, pause, turn it one more time. Great. All right. Let's see how you did. So good job. You took the round bar and you turned it into a square shape. And so that's the beginning of turning it into a point. So now I'm going to heat it back up and I'll finish the point for you so you can see what it's going to look like. And this is how they would make arrowheads for medieval wars in the Dark Ages.
Boy, That's awesome. All right, let's see it.
All right. So what I've just done on the end of this rod is one of the most important operations in blacksmithing, known as a taper, which just means to bring something to a point. So this is a 4-sided taper. You can make an arrowhead, you can make an ornamental leaf. This is the beginning of making a knife. A lot of projects in blacksmithing all hinge off of this one operation.
Jayden's work at the Slacksmith shows that artistry, passion, and craftsmanship are alive and thriving. So thank you for joining me today on this wild adventure. I'm Julia Cantero, VC, your host for the American Dream, selling Boulder and beyond. And I'll see you the next time.